The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine. You entered a plea of guilty on December 9th, and it was reset for PSI and for you to provide restitution. So, counsel, has all restitution been paid?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Any objections to the PSI report, state or defense?
None, Your Honor.
None from the state, Your Honor.
Any objections to the court reviewing the PSI report?
No.
None, Your Honor.
All right. State, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Judge, we have a few.
All right, you may proceed.
State calls Norma Cifuentes.
All right. And if you have your counsel, you can remain here, but if your client will step there. Off the record for a moment. Nate, you're calling your witness?
Yes, Judge. Hello, Miss Cifuentes.
Oh, I haven't sworn her in or anything. All right.
To go to her and because she did her mom's monument and all that, and so that's why I went over there.
I'm sorry, you said she did them how?
She referred me to Angelic Monuments.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's how I found out about this.
Okay, and then can you please tell the court why you sought out Miss Moreno Sanchez's business?
Because I thought it would, they did a good, she did a good package deal for her and recommended all this and did that for her. And nothing like that came out of that for me.
Okay, so your stone was never delivered, is that correct?
My stone was never delivered. What was delivered by Miss Moreno was pain, agony, torture for me, my family, and the loss of my husband. We have suffered quite a bit, and she has put us through nothing but hell till now. And I want closure on this. I can't seem to go on because I have this over me. My kids are drained by the loss of their father already. And it pains me because I know that if I would have done that to her, she would probably see me, on death row. I don't know. But all I know is that I want justice to be taken care of. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying she's perfect. No one's perfect. But I am saying this. She does not deserve probation. She is not going to free me of my pain, what we have gone through, the trauma. I think I'm going to face her if it's okay if I may. I would like to let her know how I feel, the kind of character I have portrayed about her. She is malicious, vicious. She's a disgrace to the human race. I know that I could not live with myself. I don't know how she's lived with herself right now, having all of this, hurting people. They've already lost a loved one, but to come and no shame and just to do this to not one, but many, and still there's many out there, I believe. And now I understand she's working for another funeral home. And I honestly want to say is that going to happen to them? Will she do that to them? They have good reviews. And here again, what can I say? Is this going to continue? But I know that the pain that I've lived, and my kids have lived, I'm only here, Your Honor, for respect of my lost one. I was married to my husband 43 years, and I lost him. I didn't expect this. I lost a lot of money. But her lies was one lie after another. Her promises are not, she's not credible. She's not honest. She is just no good.
Okay, Ms. Cifuentes, now I want to ask you one final question.
Yes, ma'am.
What would be justice in this case for you?
Justice in this case is she needs to go serve her time. I'm not the judge, Your Honor. I know you're the judge, but the bigger judge is up there. And I know that we are going to go and meet before him. I believe in that. I was raised in that. But I know that she needs to serve her time to realize that she didn't only hurt me and my family, but many others. And she's caused nothing but pain and torture for my life, my kids' lives, and everyone else's life. So can you imagine what she would do and continue to do? Because it didn't pain her, because she bought a house, she bought a truck, she did all of this and made her look good. While we're over here and believe that this woman was going to keep her promise and give us what we paid for. And that never happened.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
Ms. Fuentes, just one brief question. Did you receive any restitution, this last go around?
I did. And I remember your words. You said, well, that's a good Christmas gift, came just in time. That was very painful for me, a lawyer, to say that. That was not very nice.
Oh,
And I'm just letting you know that I know that you represent, you want her, but you're not representing me. But I am going to tell you this. I did receive it, but I never received my stone. The one I designed for my husband. The one that she promised to give to me and him. I don't know how you can represent someone like that, but then that's part of your job.
I have no further questions.
All right. Any other questions?
No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
All right. I'll tell you this. I've been a defense attorney before, and a defense attorney's job is to zealously represent their client. And I would always tell people, because people would ask me sometimes, I can't believe you're representing this person. And my thing is, we have a U.S. Constitution, and everybody deserves to have an attorney if they want one. Okay. But thank you so much for coming down. I just have a couple of questions. Any objections?
No.
No objection.
All right. So, number one, have you received a stone?
Yes, we went again through more expense.
Mhm.
My kids and I, we needed a stone for my husband and their father. And we did.
All right. And then my other question, and if anyone has an objection to this question I'm about to ask, you can object to it and I'll withdraw the question. My other question is, when you spoke to Ms. Sanchez and asking her, where is the stone? What was the response to that?
The material was not on hand. My company had run out of material, seeking the material for the headstone. That's what she was doing. We spoke very minimal because she was a hard person to get a hold of.
All right. And so, did Ms. Sanchez ever tell you you were not going to receive the stone, or there were?
She was seeking another company to have the material to be able to do the stone. And then at one point, she had said that she was, they were working on it. And it was like, well, which one is it? And me, as gullible as I was, I didn't think about it. And then,
And if you can recall,
Mhm.
from the time you paid for the stone, what was the lapse of time between your paying for the stone and your getting authorities involved?
I paid the stone immediately when we did the contract.
Mhm.
So that was good. That was upfront. And then we just came back the next day to pay the second part of it, but that was it. So from that moving forward, it took this long to get the stone.
No. I mean, how long did you give Ms. Sanchez, or were working with Ms. Sanchez on obtaining the stone
But she said that
before
she would-
you called
Yes,
authorities?
She said it would be about a year, and then 15 months, and it just kept going and nothing. And it wasn't until somebody stepped forward and said about this the thing, and my kids were like, "Mom, go seek something, go find out." So I did. I went to precinct 1, Fair County, and filed a report.
All right. Thank you so much. Any further questions?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing.
All right. Thank you. If you'll leave the microphone behind.
Hi.
Hi. If you could take the square microphone, it's for the court reporter to hear. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Alexandra Valverde.
All right. State, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Valverde, can you please tell the court how you learned of Ms. Moreno's business?
Through Facebook.
Approximately when did you enter into a contract agreement with her?
I cannot remember the exact date. It was a July. I can't remember the year.
Okay. Between the time that you entered that contract agreement and the first court setting, I guess, did you ever learn why Miss Moreno hadn't delivered your stone?
No, she would always just say that it was in works and COVID, everything was back ordered.
So you mentioned COVID, right? Approximately when did that occur?
COVID,
Yes, ma'am.
2020.
This
Okay, and
is
it
where
lasted.
the case takes a dramatic turn. What started as a business dispute is quickly becoming something much deeper. A grieving family describing years of frustration, unanswered questions, and broken promises. The judge isn't just hearing about missing headstones. He's hearing about the emotional toll left behind.
2020.
Okay, and it lasted for a little bit. Is that
Yes.
fair? Okay. So you engaged with her for services sometime after the pandemic had begun, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you received a stone for your loved one?
I have not.
Why is that?
I am too nervous that it's gonna happen again, basically. I'm scared that it's gonna, like, the same thing that happened, I'm gonna get scammed.
How has this affected you and your loved one since entering this process with Miss Marini?
It's been tough because we're expecting to have the new stone of mom and dad, and it's not there. So it's always a reminder when we go visit them that we just got bamboozled, like played in our face.
And Miss Valverde, what is justice for you in this case?
For her to do time.
Is there anything else you'd like this court to know?
I'm really nervous. Sorry.
No problem.
No, that's it.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
Ms. Valverde, I'm just
Yeah.
going to ask you the same question I asked Ms. Fuentes. Did you receive any restitution in this matter?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Pass the witness.
No further questions, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, call your next witness.
State calls Ileana Moreno.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ileana Moreno.
All right, state you may proceed.
Miss Moreno, can you please tell the court how you learned of angelic monuments?
The passing of my husband, I was at a restaurant eating and I saw one of her business cards at the restaurant.
Okay. Did you receive a stone for your loved one?
I have, yes. Not
Yes.
from her, yes.
Did you incur additional costs to get that stone?
Yes.
How has this affected you?
It's definitely, I mean, I wanted to be very supportive of small businesses. Shopping local was my thing. And it's kind of hesitant now because you don't want something like that to happen again.
Is there anything you would like the court to know prior to making its sentencing decision?
I mean, every day is a reminder that it's even the stone we bought is not the stone we ordered and planned for, and it's been tough.
I pass the witness.
And again, I'll just ask the same question. Did you receive any restitution?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right, I just have one question if there's no objection.
No.
Okay.
All right, how often did you call Ms. Sanchez approximately asking what the issues were with receiving your stone?
I think once I realized, because I had a friend also not receive a stone, after I ordered mine, she ordered hers, that she told me, and as soon as I tried contacting, there was no more contact with her.
All right, and approximately how long was it from the time you paid her till you decided to seek help from the authorities?
I believe it was about 8 to 9 months later.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Any further questions?
I think the state.
All right. Thank you. All right. State, call your next witness.
State has no more witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
Give me just one moment. Judge, we'll call Ms. Moreno Sanchez.
All right. If you'll come forward, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. You may proceed.
Ms. Miranda Sanchez, so who is actually the statement about the record?
Eleanor Sanchez.
Okay, and Ms. Sanchez, you understand why we're here today, right?
Yes, I do.
And you've been accused of taking a lot of people's money. You're aware of that?
Yes.
Was it your intention to permanently deprive these people of their money?
No,
Was it your intention to make their lives difficult?
no,
Was it your intention to bring them pain?
no,
Okay. Was it your intention to defraud them?
no,
Can you just briefly tell the court what happened?
yes.
Please proceed in your own words.
I've owned my business for recently about 6 years. I worked hard to maintain the integrity and the respect of it. I went through COVID. I've gone through that with some delays. I was also in a domestic abusive relationship that I decided to end.
And how did that affect what we're here for today?
It caused delays, caused me to not be able to work, caused me a lot of time in the station making reports on this person. It caused pain to the families that I did not want to happen. I tried to protect myself and everyone else surrounding me, like to do what I had to do to get out of that relationship. I mentioned to the families that I would temporarily close until I got done with this. My business was still moving on, but I was temporarily closing the office. With that, families thought that I wasn't going to come through. Families thought that I just ran out and stole their money, which was not the case. I tried my best to maintain myself mentally, physically, financially, to go through everything, to make sure that I would deliver everything. I did a contract with everyone with the intention to deliver. I never wanted to take anything from them. My intention was to give them comfort, give them compassion and closure. I never meant to hurt anyone.
Now, it was brought up that during this time you bought a house or a car. Is that true?
No,
So during this time, you were essentially able to, you were able to, well, let me back up a little bit here. You've made restitution in full to the individuals. Is that the case?
yes, I
Okay. And do you have remorse for what's happened?
do. I go through it every day. I'm heartbroken. I hurt these families. I put them through more pain than what they need to go through, and I'm terribly sorry for it. I never meant to hurt anyone. I just did what I thought was right to move on and to get out of that relationship, and for my safety and everyone else's. And if I could take it back, I would. I'm sorry. I never meant for this to happen. I only meant to help them.
And you are aware that you are asking of this court to grant you community supervision. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay. Do you understand what goes into community supervision?
yes, I do.
Okay. So you understand that if you pick up anything like a DWI or anything called Class B misdemeanor or higher, you understand you're facing revocation by this court, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you understand that you're going to be supervised by the Adult County Probation Department.
Yes,
And you're going to be subject to all terms and conditions that this court will place on you. You understand that?
yes, I do.
Okay. And you're willing to go through with this.
Yes.
Pass the witness.
State.
Yes, Jared. Ms. Moreno, you stated you had to temporarily close your office. When did you do that?
I was trying to between May and June. Yes,
Of what year?
I believe 2023.
So May and June of 2023 is when you closed your business?
I didn't close the business. I closed the office.
I had to relocate due to my ex harassing me.
So my question is, when
Yes.
did you close the business?
The business altogether after I was arrested. After I was arrested in 2024.
So would it surprise you to learn that on the date of your arrest, when you were interviewed by Detective Chamness, you told him you closed your business in December of 2023?
I don't recall saying that. I don't recall saying that.
So it wouldn't surprise you, you're just saying you didn't say it.
I don't recall saying that. I may have, I really don't recall saying that.
Okay, so how long have you been in the monument business, Miss Marino?
On my own, it would have been 6 years at that time.
Would it surprise you to learn you also told Detective Chamness you've been doing it on and off for about 10 years?
Yes, I have. But on my own about that time, on and off, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then when did issues with your business begin?
Between 2020, around 2023.
That's when the issues began?
Yes,
Okay, and why did you have issues with your business?
because I had issues with my ex harassing me, threatening me, stalking me.
And during that time, what were you able to do or not do?
I did the most that I could as far as working in my office. He would be waiting outside for me. He would be throwing items, breaking stones, breaking into my office. I was very fearful to be in my office. He would call my phone 500 times, 100 times. I had to just close that office down and look elsewhere so that I can continue business without the harassment or continuous calls that my ex was doing. There was times that families were trying to reach me, and it wasn't because I was ignoring them. It was because I was trying to avoid my ex from harassing me. I had to change my number. I never wanted to change my number. I held on to it for a long time because of the business. I didn't want to close the business. It's just been a big mess. And I'm sorry, and it's unfortunate that it's happened.
So you stated that we're in a domestic violence situation, correct?
Yes.
And you stated you were fearful to be at work. Did this mean you just stayed at home?
I stayed at home or tried to work elsewhere, from elsewhere.
Mm-hmm. So you didn't do any recreational activities during that time and you were scared to leave? Is that a fair statement to say?
I would come out whenever I could or try to visit family. Yes.
So your bank records would be consistent with showing you weren't just at home, like you told Detective Chamness when he interviewed you?
You can, they were for a lot of things.
Now, Ms. Marino, I want to ask you, when Detective Chamness was talking to you, he asked you generally about how the monument business works, but you were unwilling to explain that to him. Why?
Because different situations for different families on what they order, where they order from, and special details on it.
So why couldn't you tell him that?
Because I'm being interrogated without an attorney, and I felt that it would be best that I discuss it with an attorney.
But you didn't terminate the interview at that point.
I did not. I felt horrible about things, and I knew that things could get twisted and turned, and I didn't want that to happen.
I see. And then when did you begin working for Compassion Funeral Home?
I began working there maybe about last August.
Would it surprise you to learn that Mr. Reyes told me it was October of 2024?
That's about the time. Yes, about that time, August, October.
So are your timelines skewed?
No, I was actually helping from working in the office was October, but working as far as preparation, like office setup would be earlier, a little bit earlier.
So when did you begin working with Compassion Funeral Home?
Physically in the office in October.
And you're still doing that, correct?
Oh yeah.
And you're still in contact with families who need monument services?
They need all kinds of services that deal with the cemetery business and funeral industry.
And you deal with money?
I deal with it to a certain extent.
But you take orders?
I take orders of all services.
Okay, so that includes handling funds sometimes?
Sometimes, yes.
And it includes marketing?
Yes, it does.
And filing? right?
Yes, ma'am.
Refilling and jewelry and preparing bodies, is that?
Preparing, I assist whatever's needed.
Right, okay. How can you assure this court that what you've done is not going to happen again?
It will not happen again. Prior to all of this, I have never had any issues before. I've had nothing but highly recommendations and referrals. As I mentioned before, it's unfortunate that it happened due to the events that were happening in my life. And past this, there has not been any issues at all, only but recommendations and good and service to the families.
So how do you reconcile that there's 16 complainants alleged that have had issues with you in your business?
At that time, I was growing in business. And it happened all of a sudden. There were some orders that I had ready for delivery. There were some orders that were in the middle, and there were some that I didn't get to. Most of them that were ready for delivery, they were rejected by the family. They did not want to accept some of the orders. I tried to communicate as much as I could going on through what I was going through, and they just demanded money back. I've been attacked in my office. I've been harassed. But I tried every effort to, as much as I could, to deliver. I've always had the intention of delivery. I've never expected this to happen. And if some of the families would have let me, I would have been able to deliver. There was other families that understood what I was going through. I was embarrassed to tell them what I was going through. And eventually I had to because of the delay. I could no longer hide that I'm in this horrible relationship trying to get out of. But I did have every intention to deliver every single time.
And some of the complainants, right, when you did come clean with your situation, some were unwilling to believe you. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Do you understand why, though, if some of them have been waiting since 2022?
There have been there's different instances for different families. If you want me to go into detail, I can. If not, that's fine. They have every intention to feel and think and be hurt by all of this. I'm sorry for everything.
Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about what you're asking for from this court. You're asking for community supervision, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And you've been on community supervision before, right?
I have.
And each time you've been on community supervision, a subsequent motion to revoke has been filed, correct?
State for what reason?
So for your 2012 possession of a controlled substance, PG1 less than 1 gram, in 2014, a motion to revoke was filed, correct?
Yes.
And then in October of that year, you pled true to a new number 1 offense. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, right? Okay, and then what happened as the disposition of that?
They were closed. I was deferred.
Correct. So you were continued on probation, extended for 6 months, right?
Yes.
And you finished that probation. And then again, for your other offense, possession of controlled substance, PG1 less than 1 gram, you were put on deferred adjudication, correct?
Yes.
Concurrent with 2 other cases.
Yes.
You got a motion to revoke filed, right?
For what reason?
Will you tell me? It's your case.
Objection, Judge.
What's the legal objection?
Well, the legal objection is that she's asking her what it was. She doesn't recall. I don't.
I mean, she
Let me
even says,
If you know, then please go ahead. Ma'am.
I think the question needs to
Sure.
be asked and answered.
Yes, ma'am. Believe one of them was a maybe non-payment or diluted away. I think that, and then a DWI.
Right. Okay. And then you also had a possession with intent to deliver a controlled substance, PG1 4 to 200 grams, correct?
That's the same one.
No, that's a different case.
Okay, yeah. There was one, I think that's the 1 gram and 1 4 to 200.
And what happened with that case?
Deferred.
Right. And you had a motion to revoke probation filed, right?
That was for the DWI that I picked up.
But you pled true to a number 2 violation, right? And went to inpatient?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And then you completed it, correct?
Yes, I did.
So my point being, you've been placed